Tim out. You guys had a ton of threes today. I'm curious if there was something tactically different just to get that many looks without there being shot creators.
I think our guys just did a good job of finding the open guys. Jarrett made some great passes out of some high pick and roll action. Michael obviously was scoring. They had to kind of come get him. And he's got that ability when he spins in that lane, he still knows where everybody is and can find guys. So I think the guy just made some great extra passes. We got a couple on the break. Courtney usually gets one or two of those. So I was glad to see us make a bunch of threes.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Baker gave you 11 points. What have you seen with Ron in the games that he's been playing so far?
Well, we love the way he competes. He's strong. He's got long arms. He really understands the game well. So he's in good spots to get steals. He helps. A lot of things that probably aren't shown in a box score. He does. Just being at the right spot. And I think his injury from early in the season with his ankle is gone, and so this is the Ron Baker you saw last year. And when he gets out there with those guys, tonight we were able to put him on Paul George a little bit. We didn't know how it was going to go with the size difference, but Ron will fight these guys, and then he made the threes. He's worked on his shot hard all summer, and we're starting to see his abilities to shoot the ball as well as his defense.
Coach, Michael always talks about being ready when his number's called. What has he meant to this team this season, filling in, particularly like tonight for KP?
Yeah, Mike's been fantastic. He's engaged in practice. He talks with the guys. He's a smart basketball player, a smart person. Anyway, you talk to him, you realize it. But he really understands the game, and he some of that stuff he does is just effortless. When he's driving to the basket, you think, okay, what's he going to do with it? And then he just kind of hangs there a little bit and shoots it. He's one of these top scorers in this league. Now, when he gets big minutes, when KP's out, that gives him an opportunity to just kind of go. We ask him, hey, just be a scorer. But tonight, I thought he wasn't just a scorer; he was a defender. He rebounded, he blocked some shots, and he didn't just try to shoot every time. He made the passes when they were there. So he had a fantastic all-around game.
Kristaps, you were saying was kind of testing things before the game. What led to him ultimately being ruled out?
Well, I think he just wasn't feeling exactly right on some of his moves. After talking with the doctors, we just felt that we'll keep him out. Again, not having worry of making it worse. They'll continue to get work on it. He felt better. He seemed like he was almost ready to go today. So hopefully he progresses in the next day and a half.
Did you get the sense that Monday, based on what he was tonight, could be a possibility?
Well, based on where he was pretty close, but the little things that were getting him when he was making certain moves, I don't know if that just disappears overnight. So we'll have to see.
I think that's the first time you won without him. After holding on when he left the game the other night, it's an emotional game tonight. What does that kind of say where you guys are right now?
Well, I think we also won a game where he went out when he sprained his ankle. I think we won that game too. So we played 2 minutes. What happens sometimes when a guy goes out, all the rotations change. Guys' roles. Excuse me. At least for a couple of the guys may be a little different. We might ask guys to do more. And then all of a sudden they're thrown into that. Well, now after a couple of games, the guys are kind of comfortable. If KP's not able to play, they kind of understand what they're supposed to do. So it makes it easier. So, I think the guys just, they were ready for tonight's game. And, we caught them after a triple overtime game, so that probably helped us too. But our guys played hard all night, which probably wore them down.
Coach, tonight you guys were able to close out quarters really well. You were down for a little bit at the end of quarters. Seemed to be able to close them out strong. A lot of teams emphasize that. How important was that for you guys to get the win tonight?
Well, again, we're going to have a big road stretch here coming up, so we need to make sure we win these home games. But I think our guys are kind of getting the idea. We're improving every day, it seems like. When we watch the tape, we're going, okay, that was pretty good. We're not having the multiple same mistakes. So I think the guys are getting it, and they're feeling good about what we're doing, and they love each other. Jared said something yesterday at practice how this team really feels good about each other, and they're playing for each other, and that can lead to some success.
Coach, over here. Usually by the time you've played 25 to 30 games, you kind of know what a team is and who a team is. At a very sort of general level, has this team exceeded your expectations to this point, heading into the season?
Well, I think as coaches and players, you always think you're going to win. But we knew we had a new group of guys and that we were trying to establish a certain way we play, a certain way we handle things. And you don't know how long that's going to take. And with the first 3 games of the season in exhibition season, they're still trying to figure it out, still trying to figure out plays, figuring out what we want. But now they've kind of fell into that groove of knowing what we're doing, what we expect from them, and they're performing. You got to give them all the credit. They work hard every day, and they're going after it and playing well.
Just with McDermott, do you just kind of expect this now, like you said? He does it every night now, it seems like.
Well, he can shoot the ball. He's again another smart player who can cut when need be. I think the biggest key that as we go on in the season is these guys understanding their teammates, understanding where they like the ball, understand when they're open. And I thought, Mike, that pass kind of exemplified the guys really understanding who their teammates are. Mike he was having a great game. He could easily shot that 3. He made a couple early. Instead, he saw Doug over there, which, he's in his mind's going, hey, if I get that ball to Doug, it's automatic. He's wide open. And so he made the extra pass. So I think once these guys keep playing more and more together, they're going to understand where the advantage is for each guy, and that's going to make it better.
Yeah, Jeff, how good a job do you think you guys did defensively, not letting Carmelo really get any rhythm after the first few minutes?
Well, again, we were after it all night with all the guys. I felt like they tried to put as much pressure on Melo as they could. We kept him off the line where he didn't get a lot of free throws, which is always helpful. And again, the back-to-back games with a long game last night, probably took a toll on him a little bit. He looked a little tired maybe later on, but to our guys' credit, they kept battling and they wouldn't give him any open looks.
Jeff, I don't think Ennis went back in after getting hit. Is he okay?
Yeah, he was moving his neck around in there, but I think he's okay.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks.